Hi everyone, today we're going to be making these really cute yarn Christmas trees that are really easy to do. So the first thing we're going to be doing is picking your yarn. I would just pull out a good piece of yarn. You try to do it in one string if you can. If you can't, that's okay too. And if you don't end up using all of it, that's fine as well. You're going to need, in addition to any color yarn, a styrofoam based cone or something that you're going to be wrapping the yarn around. But you can't just wrap it around the styrofoam cone. You actually have to cover it first with a piece of parchment paper. This is about 9 inches long and about 8 inches wide. Nothing will stick to parchment paper. So first I'm going to take my cone. I'm going to line up the edge of the parchment paper with the base of the cone. And then I'm going to just simply roll it around. Since nothing will stick to parchment paper, you have to have a pin or a thumbtack to hold your paper in until we wrap the yarn around. Just to kind of hold it in place. And then with a pair of scissors, I'm going to trim around the bottom just so that it can stand still. Okay, so now my tree is ready to go and be wrapped. So in order for the yarn to get stiff and to be able to hold its shape once the cone is removed, we have to use some kind of stiffening agent. What I used was what's called Mod Podge, which is really like a shiny glue. I watered it down just a little bit. It was recommended on the one website where I saw this craft to water it down, so that's what I did. And I'm going to dip my yarn into the Mod Podge. Get all that excess off. Probably helpful to have newspaper down covering your surface. I always seem to forget that part. And then you begin by wrapping it around the base of the tree. You don't have to be at the very bottom of it. You want this part to be as even as possible, because if it's not, your tree's going to tilt. And then you're going to wrap it around the cone. But now I'm out of like sticky parts, so now I have to keep dipping some more into my Mod Podge. And this gets a little messy. It's helpful if you have like another pair of hands helping you as you go. And I just kind of bring it around and wrap it all the way up. And then I'm going to almost crisscross it on the way down. And this just helps it to stay in place once it dries. I tend to get really messy when I do this. I don't mind messy. And I'm just kind of crisscrossing it. You can see some crisscrosses. And I'm back down to the bottom. And then I'm going to just keep going around putting the string wherever I want. There's no right or wrong way to do this, because you're just going to keep kind of looping it around and around just till you kind of fill in all the spots that you want covered on the cone. There's no wrong way to do this. The Mod Podge is going to dry and be sticky. The only thing you want to make sure that you do is crisscross the strings. I made one of these just looping it around the cone without crisscrossing it, and it came out like a slinky, and it did not stand up once I was done. Make as many crisscrosses as you can. And you want it to be somewhat hollow looking when you're finished. It's like a nice little LED volted candle looks pretty inside them. This tree's pretty much done. I mean, I could do a little more if I wanted to, a little less. It's whatever you want. But now I'm going to take some glitter, and this is really the very fine glitter. I hold this over my little bowl of Mod Podge, because if it goes in the Mod Podge, I really don't care, because I'm going to be using this Mod Podge for a lot of sparkly kind of crafts. And I just kind of sprinkle it over top. You can also decorate the tree at this point if you wanted to by putting little ornaments or stickers. I'm not going to do that now. I'll wait until it's dry. And then that's pretty much it. And you're going to let this sit for probably 2 to 3 days just to let it completely dry. And I happen to have one that is dry. First thing you want to do is make sure you can remove your thumbtacks, and then you gently kind of twist your tree off of the parchment paper. And then the tree simply comes off just like that. And there you have it. they turn out really neat, and really any color yarn will work for this. We have a couple different examples here. Here's one that has like little snowballs on it we added on at the end. The multicolor yarn my daughter used. And here's one in white. White turns out great for these crafts. And then we put a little gems on for ornaments. On the bottom, this is called Stella Bella yarn, like a lacy kind of yarn. That's another craft for another day, but I could show you how to do that as well. The tree skirts, because it helps to give stability to your tree if your tree is a little wobbly or a little uneven. But thanks for watching. Hope you had fun doing this. Please subscribe. Thanks.